PulseX, Maxis, a whole lot of Maxis. Pulsechain, Maxi. October has say attack me. Team with your heart if you ask me. I eat the pretzel, I'm nasty. It's still a bear market, I'm winning. I had a goal and I hit it. The only man that you can make.
My people say, oh, yeah, yeah. Tell me what you said, tell me what you said, tell me what you said, yeah.
Yes.
What it do?
How y'all living, man? How y'all living?
Yes.
Amazing, my guy. Amazing.
Winning,
Winning.
baby.
Somebody
Oh,
put
we
out an
winning.
APB for RH. I want to see his ass out stat.
Stat. Yes.
I'm ready, man. It's lit. I see everybody's lit, man. I was getting off of work, going to the crib, and then my phone started absolutely exploding.
Oh man. Oh man. Dismiss. He just tweeted, bro. Can anyone pull up the tweet? He just tweeted something.
Well, I will. Let me see.
All right. Appreciate
He
it,
just
man.
talked about. I want to thank Rich. I want to thank Judge Amon, but let me pull it up real quick. You're talking about pulling up the RH tweet, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here we go. Whoa, shit! Dude, my freaking Twitter thread's finally blowing up like crazy, which is congrats to everyone, man. Congratulations to everyone here. But yeah, let me see if I can share. Where are we at? Present, share screen.
Yeah, let's see what that's about.
And all right, cool. Let me know if you can see the screen real fast. Make sure everyone's all good there.
Can't see it.
Oh, you gotta share it. Yeah, you gotta share. Wes, you gotta click it in.
Let me see. Where the hell is it? Media banners.
Should just be like almost like a guest coming into the screen.
Guess.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I see it. Boom.
There you go. Bam. All right, so here we go, guys. You can see right here, Richard Hart says, I appreciate Judge Amon's careful ruling, which has all of the SEC's claims against me. All, by the way, guys, all fraud claims, SEC claims, bullshit claims, all claims. He says, this type of victory over the SEC is quite rare. Pulsechain, PulseX, and Hex are not securities and should be allowed to flourish. Facts on facts. Hex has operated flawlessly over 5 years now. Today's decision in favor of cryptocurrency founder and his projects over the SEC brings welcome, relief, and opportunity to all cryptocurrencies. Thank you, President Trump, for supporting cryptocurrency. And he even gives a shout out at Real Donald Trump. He lets everyone know right here, right away.
Wow.
How incredible, man.
That's crazy, incredible. Man. I'm in disbelief right now. I'm in disbelief, bro. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. You know what I mean? You literally it was kind of funny, but I've always said, like, if the case was not going to go our way, I almost wanted it to be the news around the times when we're seeing the market dump like we have been. Like, just let the pain come all at once. You know what I mean? What I didn't want was to see the market start to rally again and then find out the case wasn't dismissed and then our ecosystem takes another dip. That would suck. So luckily, we actually did the opposite. And again, this was, in my opinion, like the 10% probability that I thought would happen. How long we've been waiting for this, bro? When's the last time the court was the court was heard? It was October 31st, my guy.
Damn.
October 31st. Okay. And then you talk about nuclear herbs, talking about, maybe 60 to 90 days.
Bro.
November came, December came, January came. Guys, we're at the end of February now. We're at 120 days later. But
motherfucker, bro.
Doesn't matter whenever the news is what it is.
So with this case being dismissed, can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So with this case being so every single thing is dismissed. We're like they were like, fuck this dumbass
lawsuit. It's gone. We don't have to deal with the shit no more.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy, bro.
Nigga, let's go. RH, get your ass up. Get
Yeah.
your
Yo,
ass up.
I'll send you the
Wake up.
link, man. I'm gonna DM RH the link, man. I'm gonna send RH the link,
Wake
man.
up.
He probably don't
Come
want to talk to me
outside.
right now.
Come
I was
outside.
talking crazy.
Get your ass up.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's
Oh, I'm gonna DM him the
absolutely
link.
freaking crazy,
You
man.
know,
Come
you know,
outside.
ATX. So I was talking about this on the phone with Westcott because you know we flip bearish,
Yep.
and so it was intentional. It was an intentional move to flip. It was like because Westcott was like, you know what, let's flip bearish and let's see
Yeah.
how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When he
Right.
did the whole pump tires type shit, that
Right.
basically was like, okay, the maxis need to flip bearish or we look like fuck boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, so. But you know what's crazy is that when he said it, it was like, watch the market recover when we flip bearish.
Crazy.
That was always where, like, well, if we flip bearish, watch the shit.
They were waiting for us to die, man. We were too strong. They didn't want that shit. The
No,
market didn't want that.
and how'd you say, Westcott? We died for you. We died for your sins.
Yeah, and the maxis died
Yeah.
for their sins, bro. Facts. Maxis died for their sins, bro.
Yeah, dude,
Had
that's
to.
exactly how it went. And you know, looking at again, what's awesome is I'm about to read the whole docket, you know, the whole 31 pages and everything, just to get clarity on it all. The only thing that really matters at this point is the SEC has 20 days to rebuttal or try to file a rebuttal against them. But you know, even Nuclear Herb says it himself. He's like, bro, there's 30 pages showing why they wouldn't win that even if they did. So essentially, again, at this point, we can assume that we're good, guys. SEC failed to respond to Hart's claim challenging the SEC motion to dismiss granted. Like, guys, that is hearing that right there. Motion to dismiss granted.
Yeah.
Coming from the actual court docket too, not coming from a third party, not coming from something we can't verify. Not coming from, dude, y'all don't know what's coming. If you only knew what was around the corner, y'all get tired of that shit? Because I know I sure do. If only you knew what was around the corner. If you knew what I knew, you'd be old.
Right, that bullshit.
Shut the fuck up.
Show
me.
That's right.
And now we can look at the actual court document.
Yo,
see the court document. Motion to dismiss granted.
PulseX flip Pulse, yo.
Did it really?
It did. Yeah.
Yeah.
PulseX is flipped Pulsechain a couple times now at this point in time. Just right now it's at point. Basically it has right at this exact moment. PulseX is under Pulse, but hey, it's already flipped. I want to say, dude, in the last 15 minutes, or if I put it on a 15-minute chart, it flipped it twice already. So basically, it flipped it, came down with Jeter's jeeting and fucking yeeting their whole bag again because they're like, oh my gosh. And then it flipped it again. And then again, right now, it's basically at 0.9. Essentially, it's at 1 to 0.9, meaning we're basically there. You know what I mean? If you're looking at it with the market, with the way everything looks, the trend line, PulseX is going to, at this stage, outperform Pulse for now. Doesn't mean it always will, but for now, it definitely is.
Bro, this shit got bad, man. Remember when they found his watches in the house and shit? I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Dude, it was just everything. Every single time he started doing a little bit of a pump, dude, bro, just like, hey, show me a little bit of a pump. It's like, bam, FUD. And I was like, damn, guys, can't we just have a little bit of like, you know, a little bit of a Green Day, you know? Like, I ain't asking for much, I don't think, but shit.
It's crazy.
Well, ATS, it got to the point to where when I saw green, I was just like, somebody's gonna sell. You know.
How crazy is that, bro? How crazy?
I was just like,
is that that's the mindset that we had.
I never got up for Green Days. I was just like, yeah, we'll see.
I mean, hell, even think about it right now, bro. Think about it right now. I'm like, I'm excited for the future now, for sure. But I already know what these fuckers are gonna do in the next couple minutes, hours. People are hearing about all this. They're gonna look at their portfolio. They're gonna literally see their portfolio doubled almost in the span of a couple hours or even an hour. And they're like, oh my gosh, I need to exit now because we have been in such a panic state for so long. So
Yo,
low, dude.
Watcher Guru just tweeted it, yo. Watcher Guru. Wow. They just said Justin
Wow, that's shocking.
SEC case, Hex crypto founder Richard Hart. That's a slap in the face to all of crypto, man. Nice.
Wow.
Nice,
I
man.
didn't, dude. Watcher Guru has not been kind
Supportive.
to Richard Hart at all.
Yeah.
So that's pretty damn bullish. And would be even more bullish is if we really start hearing everyone else.
I'm bearish until he streams.
Can you imagine, bro? Can you
so working for me right now.
Now we have to ask. Now we have to ask ourselves, guys. I want to know what y'all think. I want to know what y'all's opinion on this is. Does Richard Hart stream now that we have the SEC case dismissed?
I don't see why he wouldn't, unless he's got some other things going on that we don't know about. But even if he has things that he's got going on that we don't know about, I don't think it represents the brand well. I don't think it represents what you said you were.
Right.
I think it makes you look like a bitch. It makes you look weak. It makes you look like a hypocrite when times get tough. And I'm pretty, and I understand his lawyers, I understand, man. I'm sure you never going through anything like he's going through. Bitch, shut up. You don't know what I've gone through. Okay? But what I'm talking about is a movement. What I'm talking about is what got me excited about coming into this ecosystem. And what got me excited about coming into this ecosystem was when he was talking about freedom, when he was talking about, being independent from these giants and DeFi and all of these type of things. And if you're going to champion that, you're going to go through tough shit. You're going to go through scrutiny. You're going to go through shit. Trump got shot in the fucking face, man.
Facts.
And you know what he did? He stood up and said, fight, fight, fight.
Facts.
So if you're going to champion Trump and all of this, you got to come in that same energy. If you're not doing anything illegal and you're not, don't hide, man.
Oh man, yo, that's.
I think he has the balls to stand up, but I would just like to see it.
Spot on, disciple. Spot on, bro. I hope we see it, man.
Too. Yeah. I mean, I was just going through the good old Twitter thread real fast, and the Watch Guru pointed out this has nothing to do. It has what to do with politics because says President Trump considers ending all U.S. aid for Ukraine after kicking Zelensky out of the White House.
Oh my God, dude.
That's just hilarious, bro.
Yo, DJ and Dougie says Charles H. tweeted and apologized to Richard Hart, bro.
He did not.
Wow, bro.
He did not.
He deserved to.
What a clown, bro.
He's been a bitch, man. I don't
like
like
that
dude. I don't like that dude, man.
He was talking crazy, bro. He was talking crazy.
I'll give him a wedgie.
Oh yeah, he was absolutely talking crazy, man. Talking about a criminal. If listen, you don't understand because you're a fucking idiot, but he's a criminal and y'all don't get it. And literally he goes, oh, someone made him apologize. They didn't make him, but they basically pointed out to him. They said, at Charles, apologize. And then they said at Richard Hart, he says, well, let me be the first to apologize to Richard. Here, hold up. Let me just pull this up because this is some funny shit right here. Here we go. Share and Westcott, it's on you.
All right. Yep.
Bam. So he's literally saying, let me be the first. So again, hey, whoever Hexane.pulse is, again, no idea who that particular person or entity is at this point in time, but he literally called them out. And he's, because again, the main thing that we talked about for the reason set forth, Hart's mission to dismiss is granted, so ordered today. And again, we heard about all this immediately, guys. This is amazing how fast it really happened. And this is from the very first page of this amendment. It actually says motion to dismiss granted, and then on the very last page it says motion to dismiss granted. So just incredible. And then he says, let me be the first to apologize to Richard. And again, I think that needs to be said right there. He literally came after Richard. He tried doing everything he can to basically slander the man, thinking he's the better individual who understands And he does bend the knee to the governments because he's trying to get on their good graces because he didn't want them coming after. Whereas we had someone who was like, I'm going to stand for decentralization beliefs. And if you want to come after me, then you better be ready to put up the fight. And you better come up with a damn good reason to put up the fight.
ATX, for the people that might not know exactly what this means as far as his tweet in the history of crypto, can you explain maybe a little bit of the history of Charles Hoskinson and RH? And, because they go back. These guys are all like contemporaries. And so,
so you gotta think these people have been around. They were in the early stages of crypto, right? They've been around the 2013, 2011. They've been around for quite some time. Even Charles Hoskin decided to, make it a little bit better and try to create his own thing with Cardano, and that was actually launched, I want to say 2016, 2017, somewhere in that time frame. Maybe even 2015, even I forget the exact launch date of Cardano. But he basically did everything he can. He paid the fine. He basically bent the knee. But the whole thing against Richard Hart and Charles is Richard has been for decentralization. Charles has been for institutions. And those two obviously clash just immediately with each other because the idea of crypto is to be a decentralized platform, to not have any government involvement. Now, this day and age is obviously we're way past any of that when the original idea of what crypto really was brought in. But the belief was still there with Richard that decentralization should be a thing. It shouldn't be in any one power. It shouldn't be any one person. There shouldn't be a CEO of a company of a crypto token. There should not be. That should not exist. Whereas Charles is obviously doing everything he can to be that particular CEO, to go in front of Congress. And so he's always had a thing against Richard for sure. And the thing about it too is the Hexicans. Let's just talk about that for a second. The Hexicans make it really damn hard for people to sometimes get on board with the Hex ecosystem, whether it be the fact that we've been fighting for so long to defend the merits of Richard Hart, the crypto token Hex, whether it be whatever it is. Hexicans itself, we always put up a battle. We always want to fight, or we're ready to fight and go and defend our positions. Whereas most people are like, yeah, it's cool, it's just another token. That's not the case with Hex, or at least Hexicans. And so Hexicans have been coming against Charles for many, many years, from the time of the Hex first launch, 2019. And Charles has never really got on board. He never agreed with it. He's always been fighting against it. He's always been fighting against Richard. And then the most recent outrage that everyone really started getting on with Charles is he started almost, again, kind of lying, saying that there were criminal charges brought against Richard Hart from the SEC. And he made it sound, like in such a way that, we didn't know what we were talking about, and that he is going to go to jail, and that he does in fact have securities, and everything that he has done has been against the rules. And if only he would have complied and just done it the way he was supposed to and listened and bent the knee, then it would have all been good. And that just brought against the Hexicans once again to rally up, Pulsexicans at this point, to rally up and just really start being like, you're a bitch, Charles, and everyone started attacking him once again. He's like, this is why I'm doing it. Shillgates was the most recent one. If y'all may have seen that through the Twitter thread, he tried going on to a space with Charles and being like, hey, man, I just wanted to come out, say I'm sorry, say, wanted to kind of come back and forth. And then by the 5 minutes into the freaking Twitter stream or whatever, the X stream, X spaces or whatever, Charles said some shit once again because he doesn't believe in the ecosystem. He doesn't care to actually mend anything. And he was like, you're all just a bunch of idiots. And, at that point, Shillgates is like, well, fuck you, bro. Like, I tried coming at you, and then he got kicked off the spaces. And then everyone started bashing against the Hex ecosystem again, because they try to kick everyone out who will actually speak positively for it and defend it, and they just kick them out. And so they don't let Hex or Pulsicans really have a say in anything.
Yo,
but that's kind of the history behind it.
You think the judge bought the dip? That judge had to buy in.
Talk about the insider trading type deal. Like, hold up, I'm gonna buy. That's why they've been waiting 120 days. Just
the
fucking
lawyers. Come on, dog. The lawyers told their families, like, "Hey, you might want to get this like now."
Oh,
I'm
sheesh,
telling you,
bro.
man. I'm telling
But
you. I know I
I
would.
bet you they did though. Like,
Oh
why
yeah.
wouldn't you?
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Shoot,
Yep.
I would. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Shit,
that's too funny.
Shit, bro. Crazy, man. Finally.
Yeah,
Ah.
it's about freaking time, man. It's about time we actually, because this is what we've always wanted for sure, was a full dismissal, bro. Like I didn't want to play the game of we're partially dismissed, the pulse is still a possibility, hex is not a possibility, that one's dismissed, this one's not dismissed, because the ecosystem itself is all tied together. So whether or not day one was dismissed or not, it wouldn't affect it enough to be like, oh well, this case still has something going. We would have all been affected by it, and all the tokens would be affected. As you can see, when one rallies, they all rally. When one dumps, they all dump. That's part of, as they say, Hart's law, right? And the downside to that is obviously when the dips happen, these dips are across the board for damn near all the tokens. So that's always a brutal part. So the fact that it's a full dismissal, bro, is guys, that's what we've been looking for. That's what we've been waiting for. That's what we've been praying for. And obviously you can only say like I would have hoped that it would have gone that way. And sure enough, we did get it to go that way, which is fingers crossed, or thank the Lord that, it actually went that way. But guys, this is something that has been a long time coming. And again, like, we all had to go bearish. Shit. I think most of the sentiment finally went bearish, but y'all were the main ones that were like, you know what, man, fuck it.
Yeah.
Bearish mode on. Let's do it. Let's see
Yeah.
what y'all do.
Facts. Facts.
And what's
Still
kind of
bearish.
comical is,
Still bearish.
within a couple weeks, now we finally get all this coming out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of
Let's
hilarious.
talk about that. Wes, I want you to talk about that, and Wonder, I want you to talk about it too. Like the bearish, because I see people like, oh, y'all crying. I don't think
Weird
people
West,
really
though.
they didn't understand it. They didn't
Yeah.
understand it.
Nah, it's just, bro, it's just something had to give, man. Like, it just got tiring, doing everything right while everyone else gets to do shit wrong. And it's just like, you know what? We're not gonna hold this shit up for you guys anymore. We're gonna fucking, fine. You want the maxis gone? You got it. You guys hold down the community. Fuck it. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what it was. Like, it was just tired of getting blamed for doing shit right. So it was, they told us we destroyed the community and shit. Like, we made it. We're making the chain not pump because we're only talking about the cores and stuff like that. So it just was like, all right, bet you guys win. Fuck it. Fuck this shit.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah, man. And again, I'm still bearish. Let me see RH go live tonight. You know what I mean? Like, then I'll be like, all right, shit's getting interesting now. So
yeah, absolutely, 100%. And to add to what Scott is saying, because I agree fully with what he was saying. To add to that, we it's no secret that some of the activities that we saw RH do these last couple months have been questionable. So that also added to, for example, I'm still bearish too, and that added to me being even more bearish because I'm raising these questions while they thinking whoever they are as far as the people in the community thinking the maxis are narrow-minded, toxic, etc. Like we ruining, I guess, chances for any success in Pulsechain. Well, all right, we're gonna be bearish, and at the same time, I'm personally gonna call out some of the inconsistency and contradictions that I've seen RH do present, and it's no secret, and not be scared to bring it up because this is about our investments. You know what I mean? Like what are we doing here? Like this is real. I don't.
Yeah, shit got real, man.
Yeah, man, it
got
got real,
real.
and it's still real. It's still real now. Like I'm kind of like in disbelief too. Like I'm glad the case got resolved or dismissed, motion to dismiss granted. I'm glad, but we still have a lot that we need to see. You know what I mean? Moving forward, like these people need to learn how to stop cheating and control this stuff themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they went up 50% as far as PulseX went up 50%, then we see a sell immediately. So there's just a lot of things going on that we waiting to see. Now, I'm waiting personally to see what these things have been designed to do. Thousands and thousands and thousands of X's, which people don't talk about anymore for various reasons. But I'm 10,000, 14,000, whatever these things were designed to do, we deserve to see it. We deserve to see it materialize because we've just been towing the line for the longest, consistently, unwavered. And the support disappeared from RH. You know what I mean? So,
right.
And look, we're still here, haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And you're able to share your truth
committed
as
to
well.
what we took. We committed to what we've been talking about. We're not inconsistent. It's clear. You know what I mean? Like we've been consistent. Like, give us our gains, man. Like whatever, man. Like we've been waiting too long. Let's go. Let's get to it, man.
Yes, sir.
Don't get me started because I won't stop. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's a couple of key factors that just need to happen to really like more or less flip bullish on this BS. One of the easy things just to kind of keep it, you know, from a easy mindset point of view on this one is to really get past above the interpol price. I think that's been one of my factors on the bear bull scale for quite a while is, you know, the interpol dip when all that BS went through, we got to hold and actually maintain above those prices, not just barely peak and not just barely touch, but really actually fucking hold and maintain those prices. The next thing that would ideally need to actually be the case is to be above SAC, man, to actually, dude, again, I pulled it up a long time ago, but I think we've spent maybe 30 days to 45 days above SAC price for Pulsechain out of the year and a half almost of its being out. We spent for PulseX, I think it was like 5 days, or it was like 20 days or something even less, right? Because again, like barely even touched SAC before it went down. At least Pulse at least saw like a 3x above SAC type deal. So like that would be the next thing for us to really more or less get more bullish on this one. Like don't just barely touch it and then fucking fall because the Jeters can't even manage to hold a pump for a day, let alone an hour. Like, dude, like literally we've seen a pump happen and people are like exit because they've been trying to sell. And maybe I wish more people would have sold during the fucking dip, dude. I honestly want that every single time. And then the last step that needs to happen, in my personal opinion, is to be like 3x above where we currently are, whatever that may be in prices, wherever that puts us, to actually be 3x above. And then whenever it has a pullback, to be 3x above that. And then whenever it has a pullback, 3x above that. And to actually continue that constant upward pressure. So when people are selling, they actually end up selling their bags, not selling to buy the dip with, because you know the dip is going to come, which is stupid to say, but you already know it's going to happen, dude. We've seen this how many times now since Pulsechain has been out, where we see a good pump, we see a good rally, whether it's in the span of 7 days to 12 days or 14 days, it's in the span of a very short period of time overall, and then it goes all the way back and retraces all the way to where the pump never existed in the first place. Right. So like, why wouldn't you just say, well, dude, if we've done this fucking 1,500 times, whatever, how many times we've done it, why wouldn't I just sell it right now when the pump is happening? Because I already know the dip is going to come and I could just buy back on the dip. You have to make those people fucking pay, dude. That's the trader mentality that truly gets people wrecked. And there will be a day where that happens, where I can sell and I can buy back in on the dip will actually get you wrecked. When that happens, I don't know, but that's what I'm talking about, of the upward pressure, where it needs to constantly be where you think the dip is happening. You're like, yep, there's the pump. Let me expect a dip. Okay, the dip starts happening and then it just fucking pumps again before those people can buy back in, right? Otherwise, they had the ability to just literally add to their bag. Every single time you sell and you buy it back in for less than you sold it for, you bought more of your position. And so if you have people who have been doing this for years on in at this point, maybe even months on in for Pulsechain and PulseX, but Hex for damn sure. Yeah, I mean, we need to get the fuck out of these prices. We need to escape this area that we're in right now, and not only just escape, but actually maintain and hold that level. And when the dip happens, to just push again, right? So like, I don't know what needs to happen or who needs to do it, or I don't have the capital to be able to do that. Obviously, there's someone that we can imagine who possibly has that amount of capital to do it. Right. But at this point in time, like, we need to see something like that actually take place. Otherwise, I mean, we're just kind of in the same place that we've always been in, where it's like, I'm excited, let's go, let's make something happen. Dude, the pump is happening. You look into your portfolio, this is awesome. And then like the dip happens and you're like, I'm sad. This is find me a bridge. Like, oh my God, I'm looking for the rope to tie around and jump. You know what I mean? Like this is fucking brutal, bro. And then like how many times we got to go through that, bro?
Yeah, it's been a long road, man.
It certainly has. It certainly has. But those are the things that I'm looking for at this point in time for me to actually flip. Like again, dude, on my bare bull scale nonsense. If we were to give me like a measurement right now, even with this most recent fucking news, which is absolutely incredible, I'm still like a 3.5, 4. Like I'm still incredibly optimistic, guys. Like if you don't think that I'm incredibly optimistic after all the time that I've put in. And all the time that we've putting into the community effort, streams, everything that we do all the time, you don't think that I'd just be sitting here all that time just because I don't believe in the project anymore? Like, fuck that. I'd be out so fast if I didn't believe in the project. Believe me, I wouldn't be sitting here being like, oh, I can still see a possibility of a 1000x happening if I didn't actually believe that there would be a possibility of a 1000x happening. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine a 1000x, bro? Oh my
I can, and it's absolutely beautiful, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like all those people, the way a 1000x happens is everyone jeets out at a 10x. That's how a 1000x happens, right? A 1000x happens because you actually get so many people to actually just jeet the fuck out of their positions when a 10x shows up. Right, so that way they can't be the dumpers when a 1000x shows up. They can't. They don't have their positions anymore. That is what is necessary, dude. You got to. Hey, you're gonna take profits at a 10x, and you made it, and you thought that was enough. Congrats, dude. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy for you, right?
Well, you could tell that there was something coming with RH kind of making the changes that he made on the farming, and some of the things that was changing with the hex staking as far as. It's just we saw some moves from the OA wallet that kind of changed things up, switched things up, and so there was an energy out there that okay, something's coming down something's coming down the line, and people that have been living off of this ecosystem just because they had the massive big bags,
right?
We're not doing that right now. You know what I mean? If you want to, because what was happening is exactly what you're saying. ATX, the traders were winning.
Yep.
Every single month. I noticed that at a particular time in the month, you had a similar amount of money being sold out of the market.
Yep.
And then bought back in at a lower price.
Mm-hmm.
And then sold again. I'm not a wallet watcher. I'm not gonna sit up there and do all that goofy shit. Not goofy, but I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, and then you have second thoughts of being like, maybe I should join one of those people. That's how it goes every time, man. Maybe you start questioning your decisions to be like, you know what, maybe that was the best play. And by the time you decide to pull the trigger, I'm telling you, bro, you already know it. Myself, my guy, you've been here before, Disciple. Where as soon as we decide to pull the fucking trigger and do that same game and fuck around and we're gonna fuck around and find out. That's whenever the pump would happen. That's when you see a move like this happen, where you're like, hey, on that most recent pump that just happened, right before the big dip that we saw where Hex dropped below a penny again, like once you saw that pump start happening, many people are like, hey, I'm just gonna sell my bag here and I'm gonna buy it back in when we reach 2 zeros and a 7 for Hex again. And now Hex is already back up above like 1.4 cents or whatever the case may be. But that's how fast it can go, guys. It literally can, whether it's this news or whatever the case may be, it's as soon as whatever, like you decide to do it, that's whenever it always happens. For me, at least, that's how it feels. And it's like, bro, I guarantee like the best plan of action was hold the fucking coin, dude. That's it. Buy the token, man. Hold the token.
Y'all getting liquid loans?
No, sir. No, sir.
Oh man, I said, yo, man, we came a long way, bro. Liquid loans, Power City.
Yep. Are they still a thing?
I don't know.
Liquid Loans tried posting again the other day. It was kind of comical, but I feel like they hired a new social media manager because they started posting on Twitter again, which I was laughing at because I was like, bro, like either they hired someone who was new, but then that person on Liquid Loans who's ever managing their account was just basically talking shit to everyone who's replying. They're like, hey, why don't you do something with the funds that y'all raised? Hey, what's going on with this chart? Wow. And they showed a chart of the loan token and it's down fucking 99.999% or something crazy.
God.
And then they're literally, whoever's in charge of it was just talking shit on their responses back. And I was like, I don't know if that's the way you should be coming back. Like, if you want to make a stand, like, cool, whatever, do whatever you want to do. But like, y'all kind of fucked up, man. Like, you got how much? 100 million from the community? How much was it? It was 10 million from the community.
50 million.
50 million from the community. Like, that's a lot of fucking money, guys. It's a lot of fucking money. And they put nothing into the liquidity pool to be able to have people trade. That's trash. They did, you know, you launched the thing to be able to have people like talk about this never sell type deal. I want to know like however much they were paying people to actually be a part of their team, right? I'm sure they were probably paying people 100,000, 200,000 a year to just go promote, like, you know, which is wild to me, right? You have to imagine. And then they put 15,000 into the liquidity pool at launch. It was something so small or so stupid that was like, bro, yeah, I mean, are they gonna be able to be here? Maybe. Can you use their system? Sure. If you don't do it right and you don't understand the protocol, you're guaranteed to get liquidated and lose your position, man. It's just not worth it. Just not worth it to me, man.
I don't work for you. I don't work for you.
Yeah.
I might swap everything for fiat, yo. Fiat, yo.
Yeah, bro, hilarious.
Titan
Man.
X.
Oh yeah, dude, I saw that chart the other day. That shit was wrecked, bro, wrecked. And I think all the other projects that he's launched since the Titan X thing has also been wrecked too. I don't know if there's been a good. I mean, has anyone checked in on Marco lately? Like,
oh, Marco!
Like, I mean, he swore up and down, and maybe he made some money. You know what I mean? Like, I get. That's what I'm saying. I understand. Like, there's that one or two people that are gonna be able to make money on it because they were early enough into the.
You see, you guys just don't. You guys just don't know. You guys don't.
You
know
just don't
charts.
get it. You don't understand. Y'all don't. Y'all haven't been in crypto forever.
Just man.
No. Here's what it is. Here's what it is, bro. Show me your bag and I'll show you mine. We'll see who's fucking bigger. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that. Yeah, like that's what you get whenever you talk to someone like that. And you know, I'm a fucking whale in this ecosystem. Fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about, you little pleb. And you're like, all right, bro. Like, I'm just saying, like, that shit's trash, bro. Like, regardless of however much money you got into it, it still doesn't negate the fact that it probably sucks. Like,
oh man, dude. We've been through some battles.
That tough talk is hilarious.
HOA, man, we've been through some battles, yo.
Oh, you went through that battle too, bro. With them. They came at you with fucking pitchforks and goddamn torches and shit, bro. Like, that shit was wild, man. That shit was ridiculous out of nowhere. It was like, all right, bro, like, hey, man, y'all are able to have fun and like, hey, man, if you make money on anything, dude, I'm happy for you. Don't get me wrong. I am. I'm just not that type of person that's going to go promote something to get people personally wrecked. And maybe people felt that way about me promoting Hex and Pulsechain and PulseX. Maybe one day that'll all turn around and it'll all be good graces and, you know, everything's good there. But again, for the most part, I've been pretty damn consistent. I haven't switched up. I haven't tried doing anything crazy and talking about, oh, got to go get this new meme token. Got to go do this new token. Got to go do that new token. Because most of the time when you do that, you end up getting wrecked, bro. And again, maybe I could have done well, and maybe I could have made some money, and maybe a couple people could have made some money. But, dude, that's not the way I wanted it to be. It's never been the way I wanted it to be, right? And just like y'all, I guarantee y'all didn't think it would be in this situation in Pulsechain and PulseX right now. Like, bro, we're talking about below SAC fucking almost 2 years later type deal, right? We're going on, what, 20 months now at this point in time? We got 3 more months to go before we get into May of launch of 25, right?
I thought we would be at least back at SAC.
At least that's what I'm saying. Like, so I can understand. Like,
ETH would be at least 5K.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm like. Yeah, I thought ETH would do a hell of a lot better than it has, and ETH has been garbage this cycle.
ETH is trash, yo.
You know, exactly, and ETH is trash, and apparently we're tied together to a lot more than I thought with the liquidity, because every single time ETH dumps, our ecosystem takes a bigger shit, and it's just like, I don't get it, right? And maybe that's because it's tied together through the whole liquidity and all that good stuff. But I mean, it's freaking wild freaking time in that scenario. Guys, like, I didn't think that we would be in this position. First of all, like, I thought we would at least be not only at SAC, but at least above it. Guys, we're talking about a bull market year of 25.
ATX, man. Can you pull up RH's new tweet?
Yeah, bro.
Just tweet it one more time. I think the case might be officially dismissed.
You need to just fucking go live and stop bullshitting, bro.
Yeah, jump on stream, man. Jump on stream. Facts.
Bro, I'm
Yeah, I think he
serious,
just
man.
said the same thing, but I'll share it. I'll share it on screen real quick. But
All
it's
right.
basically here we go. Richard Hart. Boom. So this is the yeah. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
So basically, what he did was he basically just said the same thing once again, thanking Judge Amon once again. Case dismissed. Thank you. We got the whole U.S. State District or U.S. State United States. Goodness gracious.
That looks good. That looks good.
This is what I was talking about. This is the very first page of that motion to dismiss right here. And it's literally on the very first page and on the very last page. So it literally says motion to dismiss is granted on this page and on the 31st page. So, you know, again, you know, appreciate careful ruling on this one and all that. So we never actually went into the case over here. You can literally go into the, oops, I didn't mean to go into Trump. You can go into the storage document here and you can actually see the entire case. So you can see it right away. Page 1, motion to dismiss granted. And then again, if you can scroll all the way down, I am going to get a chance to read this. And, you know, obviously I'll take my time to hear. But again, for the reasons set forth all the way down at the very end, Hart's motion to dismiss granted once again. And so like, you know, you start seeing all of this stuff over here. And again, like this is pretty damn good stuff in my personal opinion, when you start getting into, you know, motion to dismiss granted. And again, if you scroll all the way up to that top page over here, which again would lead us all the way. Whoops, there we go.
Yeah,
I was trying to find a fast.
I wonder what Gronk 3 has to say about it. I'm gonna ask Gronk 3 a question.
Yeah, I mean, we'll pull it up here. Let me see. Download, save, and let's just pull up Grok real fast. Attach, and all right. What you want to ask Grok, my guy? What you want to ask?
Let's see. What's a good question? Just basic. Can you give me a basic assessment of this Richard Hart case, as if you're explaining to a 5th grader, something like that?
Yeah, like summarize it maybe. Man, dude, that's crazy, bro. Interpol FUD, watches missing. Oh my god.
Yeah, can you imagine, bro? Like we get that feature's not available. Well, apparently I gotta subscribe. I don't know. Apparently I've used too much Grok.
Yo, they did that to me too, and I am subscribed.
Okay, cool.
They apparently
cut off the throttle for Grok at this point. You know, it is what it is, but
I can't use it either.
Out later. Let me do shit. I'll probably just do Chat GPT then.
Yo, our case got dismissed, bro.
Chat GPT. Because I do got an account with them for sure, so I don't have to worry about.
Yo, Wonder, you thought he'd get dismissed, bro? You thought this case would get dismissed?
You know, man, I did. I just didn't know when, because it just seemed like everything was just dragging and dragging.
Hold on, Wonder. You thought that this would get all the way dismissed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
Good shit.
Yeah, man.
What made you think that? What made you think it would, like, RH would win this?
Because of, from what I understood, when they were talking about, you know, charging him with the $12 million misappropriation of funds, like that's just took away from whatever I thought, even involving anything even remotely criminal, because you're talking about monies that probably this man already had or didn't have prior to any crowdfunding that took place with the sacrifice of blah, blah, blah. So they were basically just going after him as far as his character, because he was flaunting, luxury goods and jewelry and all. And I'm like, yo, what that got to do with Pulse and PulseX, and what are we doing? You know what I mean?
Wow,
so
dude. Wow.
It dragged for like 19 months, man. July 31st, 2023 was the guillotine, and here we are, 2028, February 2028, 2025. We get the official decision. So I just kind of thought it would be a little bit sooner, since Gensler got kicked out. You know, he resigned, and we have a new administration that's crypto friendly, and we kept seeing like, you know, Uniswap off the hook, Robinhood off the hook. It was only a matter of time with you know, Richard Hart, you know, consensus off the hook. They're not being investigated by SEC. So
Man, yo.
Well,
Damn.
so what's funny is I had seen all of the people that you just mentioned bring it up themselves. Like consensus would be the ones to release the SEC case got dismissed. Robinhood was the ones to get, you know, the case dismissed, and so like all these people were bringing it up, but there wasn't any like proof. And again, where I need to see it, bro. You know what I mean? Like show me. Either the SEC needs to come out and say something, or they need to be able to come out and do it. But again, I haven't heard the SEC talking about any dismissals. And so like that was kind of like, let's show me, dude. Like, you know, I believe you, but show me, you know. And you know, luckily for us, we actually got the document here, which again, just basically what Disciple was saying. You know, give me the basic assessment of this, like you explained to a 10-year-old, right? So first, who is Richard Hart? Richard Hart's a guy who made some special digital money called Hex, Pulsechain, and PulseX. Think of these like digital or virtual trading cards, right? People can buy and sell online, and that's exactly what collectibles are. And that's why even the new administration talking about meme coins or collectibles, which is opening up a whole nother can of worms. We can probably get into that later, but you know, talking about B-Roots launching his own token type deal, whatever. I don't know if you heard that. What did he do? He told people they could buy these digital cards and possibly get rich because he said the value would go up a lot. People use
ChatGPT knows that. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. People used another type of digital money called ETH, kind of like online cash, to buy these cards. I said, why is he in trouble? People in charge of making sure trading is fair, called SEC, say Richard Hart did not follow the rules when he was selling these cards.
What a goofball.
He didn't get permission to sell them, which is like selling toys at a store without a license. He made it look like lots of people wanted to buy the cards, but he's secretly buying and selling them himself to trick people into thinking they were popular. He used some of the money people gave him to buy fancy things for himself, like cars, jewelry, and without telling them. And so it says, what is the court deciding? The court is trying to figure it out if Richard really did trick people, or if he was just going to do business, or if he was doing business in a way that's confusing. The court is allowed to make him follow the rules since he lives in Finland, or the court is allowed to make him follow the rules. Yeah, weird to say it like that, but not the US. The rules about selling things like this called securities apply to digital money, same way they do to regular money, right? So it basically says what's happening right now. The court said the SEC did not explain everything well enough, so Richard doesn't have to pay any fines or go to jail. But the case isn't over. The SEC might try again to explain things to the court better. We talked about that earlier. The SEC does have 20 days to try to come back and say something against it. Basically, it's like someone was selling virtual cards online, made people think they were super valuable by secretly buying them themselves, then spent all the money on fancy toys without telling anyone. Now the grown-ups in the court are trying to figure it out if he actually broke the rules or not, which we already know he didn't. So that's the Chat GPT version of everything here. What do
Johnny says, I don't think they will appeal. This is their out instead of having to write a retraction.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they appeal either, man. I think they're gone, bro.
Yeah, let me just see. I'll just ask ChatGPT and just see if it's going to say anything about this. As of February 28th, the legal landscape surrounding cryptocurrencies, in light of this trend, the chances of a successful appeal in the Richard Hart appear favorable. The recent SEC's recent action suggests a broader policy shift toward reducing enforcement actions against crypto projects. Given this context, it's plausible that the SEC may choose to dismiss or settle the case against Richard Hart, aligning with its current regulatory stance. However, it's important to recognize all legal proceedings are inherently complex, and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, even right now, they're basically saying, nah, I don't think so. I mean, the way everything's looking right now in the market, it just seems like, you know, they're dismissing everything. They don't want to go through with this battle anymore. I actually asked Paul, it was Grok at the time, you know, how long do we hear Paul Atkins get confirmed? Which Paul Atkins, the new SEC chair at this point in time. He was actually the chair back in the day. And then he actually, you know, stepped down. Gary Gensler stepped in. We already saw how his enforcement policy worked against it, which was basically just attack anything and everything with the breadth in crypto and just see what would stick. Throw spaghetti against the wall and see what would stick. Well, Paul Atkins has basically gone up. He still needs to go through the financial Senate hearing to actually hear to get confirmed. And then he's got to get confirmed through the actual, you know, Senate as well. It's probably looking like it's closer to end of March, if not early April. Oftentimes they said it was 20 or 60 days after the president gets elected and confirmations and all that happen. So we're probably looking to see him step into the office probably toward the end of March, if not early April.
Nice.
But again, like, lucky for us, we don't have to worry about that at this point in time because we now have a full dismissal over here for the case. And again, like the SEC, if they were to come back with an appeal, like they would have brought that up in the initial case in the first place. They wouldn't, come back with an appeal that's going to actually stick now. They like if you come into the court case, you bring everything that you can to make sure this thing is solid as hell the first time around. Oftentimes you don't want to come back with an appeal being like, hey, everything that we said in our initial court was just kind of made up. But now that we've had some time to actually clarify some things, this is actually our appeal. And here's what we're actually going against. Like, and especially with the new Cynthia, forget her name, Cynthia, not Cynthia Lumens. Who's the acting chair right now? I forget who it is. But they basically are very pro crypto. They're stopping all these BS claims against all the people right now. You've seen all the cases getting dropped from everywhere at this point in time.
Man.
So again, we can essentially say, yeah, okay, cool. We can wait 20 days, sure, just to make sure that there's no repercussion or no appeal. So that would put us in March 20th, by the way, right? Because again, it does it by the actual day as well. And so, cool. We're going to have to wait until March 21st to see if there's an appeal or not, because they're going to wait until the very last goddamn second if they do decide to appeal. It's not going to be right away. It's going to be put into the docket on the very last day if possible. And again, by March 21st, if we don't see anything, then the SEC can go just fuck off.
Nice, man. Wow.
It's been a hot minute, man. Congratulations, guys. Either way, It's been a hot minute. I'm just glad to be chatting with y'all, gentlemen.
Dude, absolutely.
It's been a hot minute, man. I know, like, I've been focusing on my mental health, my physical health as well. I've stepped away from some of the crypto streaming all the fucking every single day, because it's like, guys, we're going down again today. Let me show you some good news real quick. We're going down again, boys. And it's like, hey, I hope you have some money to buy the dip. Shut the fuck up about buy the dip, man. It's like
Sick of it, bro.
Exactly. Like I've packed more than my bags that I ever thought I would actually have in the first place. So I'm thankful that the prices have been down for as long as they have been. But god damn, dude, I'm ready for the reward to actually start paying off. Like, let me start reaping some of the benefits of now increasing my bag size up.
It got tough.
A significant amount.
Shit got tough, man.
But and again, like, it's better just to sometimes be like, let me just step away. But I'd be lying to you as well if I didn't say, like, I haven't had thoughts about, you go out and just maybe just fucking launch something, dude. You want to launch a new token? Just everyone wants to rug. Just go fucking do it. Just go do it, bro.
Definitely,
no one's getting it for it anymore. You might as well. I think you did. Those thoughts are terrible in your head. They're like the devil just over here speaking on my shoulder on my fucking, you should do it, motherfucker. Just go ahead. And I'm like, bored as fuck in front of my computer, like I could do this in 2 seconds and no one would even know the difference. I can go to sleep at night knowing that I've never done that, right? And so I can actually go to sleep at night with my head down, chill as fuck, without any worries about any looking over my shoulder about, hey man, maybe I did do something that they're gonna come back to me a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, once the new again, like what happens when the new office comes in place and they actually start going against everyone who started launching all these meme coins 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Like, that would suck, bro. And maybe that's the time that you feel like you've made it, right? Like, what if you launch a token, you rug the token, right? We see a pump, we see 100x pump, we see 1000x pump. You live in your best fucking life. 4 years from now, they come after you for launching that token that rugged, and then you end up going to jail. Can you imagine? I don't want that shit in my life, bro.
No, me neither.
And so, like, I'm thankful that I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to. I can go to sleep without looking over my shoulder constantly, being like, "Oh man, I did this one thing that I know I feel really bad about." I don't have to worry about that. But again, I'd be lying to you if those thoughts don't cross every mind. I mean, guys, we're fucking humans as well. Like, you're seeing everyone else do it. You're like, might as well, bro. What's gonna happen? You see Dave Portnoy launching the shit token. He fucking rugs 4 tokens in a row, right?
Yep.
Like, millions of dollars made, extracted, goes in
Yeah.
and fucks with the Libra token, gets 50 million back or 5 million back from the Libra guys. Like, what?
Terrible.
Bro,
Yo,
it's crazy seeing Hexicans basically say, "Hey, buy this token, I'm gonna dump on your head."
Right?
yeah, that was corny. That was corny.
Serious, bro? Like, come on.
It was
now.
corny, man. Overwhelming. The community got weird. It was just like, no thanks. But Hex Monkey, before we get out of here, I just wanted to read this. He says the SEC case was a huge gatekeeping enabler against us. Lots of things gonna change now.
Yeah.
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 Finally, bro. Finally, man. I hope so. I hope so.
We'll
I'm
see.
bearish until I see RH outside.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, dude, I'm like I said, dude. There's a couple of things that need to happen for me to just be like mega bull. And the first one is again seeing RH stream. That would be incredibly bullish in my opinion. But also, like I said, get above SAC, man. Like you want to start getting some positivity happening in our ecosystem. Let's get above SAC, bro.
There you go. There you go.
You know, if we don't do a 10x above SAC, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be paying out Eric Wall. So he's about to get a large payday as well, if I'm not mistaken. If by May we don't see a 10x above SAC, and hey, congratulations to him for being right and calling that out.
Do you think they're gonna pay it or they're gonna disappear?
They're gonna some people are gonna pay it because they've either max extracted value out of the community, and so they had the ability to pay it because again, they've done what needs to be done in order for them to make sure they have money, whether you're good or bad. They've done it. Other people are going to say they didn't give me a time frame about when I would need to pay it, and so they're waiting until the pump actually happens, if it ever happens. That that's what they're banking on. At some point in time, our ecosystem will pump, is kind of what they're banking on, and so they're going to be like, when that happens, then they will pay. That's a good question, man. What are your thoughts, bro? I think some people are going to be like, dude, I didn't sign any legal agreement. Like, there's nothing that you got me with.
I just could imagine paying someone $50K and we're still under SAC. Imagine the pain of sending. That's a sick feeling. It's a sick feeling, man. $50K you gave away under. Man, dude, that'd be funny.
Man, just pop your titties out, man, and call it even.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, some people are going to be able to pay it. Some people aren't going to be able to pay it. But, hey, man, the dude's about to get paid either way at this point in time. Luckily for them, we've got the first bullish news we've had in fucking ever. I can't remember the last time we got bullish news. It seems like every single time we start pumping. There's a bearish fucking post from our man Richard Hart himself talking about, oh, looks like the people have chosen Hex on Pulsechain, and then fucking dump, right? And that shit hurt the price, dude. That was March of last year, guys. If you remember, I sure do. March 11th was the exact date for the kill tweet. I think about that all the day because that shit doesn't make sense to me still to this day. I was talking to all you gentlemen in the chat. I was like, guys, like,
bro,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
It was hot.
Yeah,
I was hot, bro,
day.
and I'm still to this day. It doesn't make any fucking logical sense to me, right? And again, I don't get it, bro. But every single time we started to pump, every single time it's like,
do you think he doesn't know the power of his words, or?
Oh no, the downside to it is his words aren't. Besides this bullish post right now, they're not pumping, right? And so he's sharing knowledge. But every single time it's not like good news or the best news. Like he can share all the knowledge he wants, but as soon as that one little tweet comes out, it just dumps the price. And so we aren't seeing the opposite side where he tweets something and then prices pump like crazy. I think we may have seen that happen when Pump.Tires came out. For those people who were fucking around with the meme coin world, they got to see that little fun game for a little bit. But other than that, there hasn't been like, oh, Richard Hart posted something. Oh, Richard Hart tweeted something, and now we're pumping. It's been, oh, Richard Hart tweeted something. Oh, he's doing a little Twitter rant. Oh, shit, we're dumping again. And so, like, that's what's been happening, right? You got the March 11th kill tweet. You got the July 31st SEC notice. You got the November day against the Interpol FUD at that point in time, right? These are like integral in my mind because again, I've done nothing but look at the charts with y'all for like the last 2 years, guys. And so like these are like ingrained into my memory now to where it's like we need to get past all that bullshit. And guys, here's what's good. Let me say something positive real fast. As soon as we are at all-time high, no matter when you bought the fucking token, every person is in profit. Every person. Every single person is in profit at that point in time. And that is what matters. That's the bullish news that you want to hear. That's that. Let's get to that point where everyone is at all-time high. No matter when you bought the token, you are in profit. That is what I'm talking about. Like whether it be Hex, whether it be Pulsechain, whether it be PulseX, whether it be the Ink token, I don't care what the token is, but as soon as you break all-time highs, every person who's ever bought that token at any point in time is in profit. And that is what we need to see again because we haven't been at all-time high since launch, guys. And that's a long fucking time, right? You know what I mean? Like that's a long again, I've pulled up other tokens that have performed noticeably better, but the main one was Sui. That was the one that I was comparing against because they launched at the same time. Granted, Sui didn't have all the BS come against them like the SEC against them and everyone started attacking and Interpol FUD, and they didn't have any of that bullshit to deal with, so they did get to see the all-time high. Sui was a chart that I thought our chart would look like. Does that make sense? Like when I look at the Sui chart, I'm like, that's what I thought Pulsechain chart would look like. But that doesn't mean that we won't see a chart like that very soon. And so that's what I mean when I say when we reach all-time high, all the bullshit of everyone saying everything during all the time of everything happening is irrelevant at that point in time. It won't matter. It's a moot point. And that is what obviously I'm going to be well bullish before we reach all-time highs because again, my first point, get above Interpol prices. Second point, get above SAC prices. Third point, get above all-time highs. I'm already bullish at this point. You know what I mean? But that's where I'm at, guys.
Yeah, man. Hey, I hope we get rich, yo. I hope we made the right decision years ago. We'll see. We'll see, man. You guys got any last words? Go around the room, or what you got?
Well, I'm looking at the prices. It seems like people are still doing somewhat better about continuing this rally. So guys, let the fucking pump play out. Let's let the pump continue, right? I know people want to take profit, and hey, dude, if you need the money, by all means, go do what you got to do to live your best life. And if you got to sell your position to get out, to go pay a bill or whatever the case may be, whatever that is that you got to do, I understand. But for the people who are fucking extracting millions and millions of dollars over here, I can almost assure you those motherfuckers don't need the millions and millions of dollars at this point in time. So maybe y'all kind of hold off for a little bit and let the price continue to rally. Like, let's see some green candles for a little bit. Let's get the excitement back in the community. So this is more or less, I guess, a message to the whales. If y'all could just stop selling for a little bit and just, you know, I'm sure you've sold enough to live your life for at least a year. But hey, dude, at least give us a couple months. You know what I mean? Like, whatever that is. That's my message. But again, to everyone, dude, we've waited this long. So much love to every single one of y'all.
Well,
I'm a good whale.
I'm a good one.
What a good one.
Let's hang it out. You guys.
Thank you, guys. Well,
I'm a good one.
Yeah. And it is looking like PulseX is in fact going to actually go back to the 1-to-1 by possibly.
Oh, shout out to PulseX, man. That's my baby.
End of this week. So
yeah, man. Hey, I wonder, you got anything, man?
Let's go.
Let's go.
let's go.
That's it. Disciple, you got anything?
All right, get your ass outside. Stop being a bitch.
Look at me now, and up in my section, blowing it loud, living it up, and I'm the man in my town, repping it right, yeah, I'm holding it down,
Take this time to like, comment, and subscribe to Pulse Nation.
I ain't worried about nothing, I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing, I ain't worried about nothing.
Yes, sir, man.
Dude, what's crazy is I just pulled up basically a fib level to say, like, you know, PulseX against Pulse, and just to try to get like a glimpse at what we might see going forward in the future. First one is the 1618 perfectly got hit, bro. It's crazy as how all fucking technical analysis looks and shit. But the next level, my guys, and this is where Wes, you might get super excited. We start getting into that 1.5 to 1 ratio, meaning for every 1.5 PulseX, or for every 1.5 PulseX, you only get one pulse, which is incredible. And then you get into a 2 to 1 ratio as well. And it's likely when you start seeing these pumps start rallying, you go into a 4.236 range, which would actually put us at a 2.3 to 1 range. And again, right now we're at 0.9 to 1. So that would be a massive, massive move. Price wise, again, that's basically like that would basically put from right now where we currently are, would basically put roughly about a 2.5x above the price of Pulse. So whatever the price of Pulse is, multiply that by 2.5, and that'll be the price of PulseX. And that's what it looks like we're heading right now with
a lot to think about.
Yeah, that's what it looks like we're heading right now. And so I mean, I hold all of them, bro. You know how I've said it before. I hold all of them, man. I don't want to play the game of, even though I got the charts showing me that PulseX is the better performer right now, I hold them all, bro. Like, if PulseX goes off and does 1000x and Pulse does 100x, I'm fucking stoked. You know what I mean? I'm incredibly happy with my position, right? And so like that's how I'm playing it. I've played the game of let me go all in one. But dude, I would be so sad if one of them started outperforming the other, and I didn't have that one that outperformed. Man. And so like I'm just gonna hold them all.
It's a win-win, bro. It's a win-win.
It really is, right? It really is, man. But this is, you know, there was a day, and Side of Spirit made a good point over here. There was a day where it was a 4-to-1 ratio. Nuh-uh. We're done.
Yeah, we still on. We still on.
We're still on.
We are.
I love it. Well, let me actually share this then.
Oh shit, we still live.
Yeah, we still live.
You hit me with that. I was like, oh shit, that's it.
Oh, y'all scared me, man. Y'all could have said some crazy shit in this.
What? You motherfucker! I was over here looking at the chart, dude. I didn't know you were going. I'm over here looking at the chart, being like, damn, that's a good looking fucking chart, man. That's a.
My people say, oh,